All right, welcome to Construction Materials and Methods. I don't have a script for what I'm about to say, so we'll see if this goes off the rails. I'm just drinking coffee and talking about this class. But this is a great class because you cannot run a job site if you don't know materials. You will not be able to be the boss, be a superintendent, be a project manager of any large project if you don't know the materials that are on the job site backwards and forwards. I had the benefit of, it didn't feel like a benefit at the time, but when I was in college, I worked in part at a building material store. Did that for a little over a year and learned so many different types of materials, what kind of contractors bought different types of materials. And that was pretty significant for me, learning not just the trade that I did, that I ended up doing for years, but learning materials across a lot of different groups. Helped me when I was flipping houses, helped me when I got into small commercial renovations, just kind of understanding all the different things that are out there. So you'll get out of this course what you put in. You could probably pass and not learn near enough. But you'll be a much better manager. You'll move yourself into construction management roles much faster if you will take the time here to learn materials. You'll do some different things. You'll go through the textbook. Look, the textbook, I mean, it's big, and I wouldn't recommend reading every word, but I would recommend reading a lot of them. I read through it. I've read through about half of it, to be honest, and I'm going to stay ahead of you reading through the rest of it. But it's very good, and it's a lot of good information. So spend some time in there. The PowerPoints are they're a good summary of the stuff that's in the textbook. So it doesn't give you everything, but it's a good thing to definitely check out. And then you have quizzes. Sometimes on these quizzes, I'll ask you to upload a video of yourself explaining something. And that's just kind of my way of making sure that you can talk through some things. You know, a lot of being a construction manager is talking to people. So I want you to get used to taking a concept, explaining it live and in person. So, so some of what you'll do will be some of that. You'll have some assignments. They'll range from some things that are very easy. You know, one of your first assignments is just you going onto Home Depot's website, looking up some materials and explaining those materials. Later, you'll have some that'll be a little more involved, and you'll kind of see those pop up, but a few different assignments that you'll have to do, which will just involve you sometimes making a video, sometimes filling out a spreadsheet, different stuff like that. I don't mind you using AI to complete the things you need in this course. All your exams are open book. I am interested in you learning how to identify the information that you need, find the information that you need, and put it to use. Because that's what you're going to be doing in the field. What I won't let you do is try to just regurgitate some AI information into these text fields, because it'll be obvious that that's what you did. If it doesn't sound like your voice, if it doesn't sound like you know what you're talking about, you're just reading from a screen, I'm not giving you credit for that. You're going to have to learn to be a learner in here, because the rest of your life you're going to be finding information. On a job site, you're going to be finding information that you need. And so I want you to learn how to identify what you need, find that information. Whether it's AI is not perfect. I'm sure it's getting smarter all the time, but it misses things all the time. And I only know it's missing when it's an area of my expertise. So so you may find some things there. Sometimes you got to do an old-fashioned Google search and find things there. And the more that you can find things, lock them in your head, the less time you have to spend in the future looking them up, and you just kind of already know them. So anyway, that's a lot of what you're going to be doing in this course. You can look through the syllabus, look through the grades, the assignments, that kind of thing. You'll see kind of how the course will work. You see the schedule is at the bottom of the syllabus. That'll kind of give you an idea of pacing. You should be prepared to spend a few hours a week on this course. If you spend 3 hours a week, you'll get everything done, 3 to 4 hours. But if you had an in-person class, you'd be coming for 3 hours a week and then doing homework. So this is going to be about the equivalent of that. So don't get behind, or this class will be a real challenge. and you'll be counted off for every day that you turn things in late. So I'm going to force you as best as I can to learn to schedule. You're going to take construction scheduling soon, at least a lot of you will. And so here's your first lesson in getting ahead on that. You're going to need to learn how to schedule. You can reach out to me anytime. I have some office hours posted. You can come in person. You can send me an email and say, can I jump on and talk to you on your Zoom link during your Canvas hours or during your office hours? And I'm happy to do that for you. So I'm available for you during those hours, other times as much as possible. And you just reach out to me, and I'm happy to help you. Like I said, no script. I'm sure there's things I didn't say. Whatever I didn't say, you'll probably see in an announcement. So look forward to a good semester. Let me know if you need anything.